Hey guys, it's Corinne. Welcome. In this video, I wanted to read just a couple pages of this book from Neville that is really powerful, and it's really about where we put our attention on. I was having my morning cup of tea, doing the thing that I usually do in the morning, which is having some tea, doing a little inspirational reading before I start my day and my business. And it's just a very profound message, and it just really resonated with me. So here it goes. Oh, this is from his book, The 5 Lessons, which is not a super popularized book, but it jumped off at the shelf, jumped off the shelf at me last night. And so, yeah, I decided to read some more of it this morning. And it really spoke to what I'm personally experiencing. So here we go. Things that I am not attentive to fade and wither within my world, regardless of what they are. They are not just born and then remain unfed. I give birth to them. I gave them birth by the reason of the fact that I became conscious of being them. When I embody them within my world, that is not the end. That is the beginning. I want to read that again. Things that I am not attentive to fade and wither within my world, regardless of what they are. They are not just born and then remain unfed. I give them birth by reason of the fact that I became conscious of being them. I became conscious of being them. When I embody them within my world, that is not the end. That is the beginning. Now, I am a mother who must keep alive this state by being attentive to it. The day that I am not attentive, I have withdrawn my milk from it, and it fades from my world as I become attentive to something else in my world. Excuse me. The reason why this resonates so hard with me this morning is because what we put our attention on, it is our consciousness. That is our God power. What we're putting our attention on is what becomes more real and grows. And what we don't put our attention on is what's going to fade away. I woke up in a very critical mood because I was complaining about the fact that my kids don't keep their room clean and how it's a winter break and they just want to lay around. And I was feeling like I'm the only one that cleans this house around here. And then I woke up this morning feeling like I'm the only one that cleans this house. And it is just my attention that I'm truly focusing on that is keeping that thought and that belief in me and keeping it circulating in my world. Now, when I put my attention on something else, it goes away. The kids are going to do what the heck they're going to do. And yes, they are going to clean their room because my son actually did clean his room last night. But the message to me was so profound that what we put our attention on. So, and now there's some other paragraphs on this page that I want to share with you as well. But just think about that. What you're putting your attention on is your awareness. That is your power. That's what you're really breathing life into. So if you are focusing on your problems, you are breathing more life. You're feeding it with your milk. You are nurturing it. But what you don't put your attention on, suppose I put my attention on how organized my house is and how great my kids are and in their school and whatever, whatever I want to put my attention on, that's what my focus is. And when you put your attention on something, your focus on something, that is what is growing and expanding. And it was just so refreshing to open this book this morning and see Neville give it to me in his own words. And then he goes on to say, you can either be attentive to the limitations and feed these and make them mountains, or you can be attentive to your desires. You can either be attentive to the limitations and feed on these and make them mountains, or you can be attentive to your desires. You can either be attentive to the limitations and feed on these and make them mountains, or you can be attentive to your desires. But to become attentive, you must assume you are already that which you want to be. So we all have a choice. I have a choice. Oftentimes, I don't know if it's often for you, but sometimes we put our attention on our problems. And when you put your attention on your problems, obviously they're going to grow. But this is why I think study is so critical, because the more you read this stuff, the more it sticks in your head, the more you can catch yourself when you're falling and say, I'm focusing on my problems. Do I want to make these mountains? No, I want to make my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, my heart's desires. I want to make those mountains. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's where walking in the wish fulfilled and assuming that state, that what you desire, that's why it's so critical, is because our attention, our power of awareness is so powerful that it causes it to expand. So he goes on and says, you can either be attentive to the limitations and feed these and make them mountains, or you can be attentive to your desires. But to become attentive, you must assume you are already that which you want to be. Although today we speak of a third dimensional and fourth dimensional focus, do not think for one moment these ancient teachers were not fully conscious of these two distinct centers of thought within the mind of all men. They personified these two, and they tried to show man that the only thing which robs him of the man he could be is habit. Begin now to mentally see and feel yourself as that which you want to be, and feast upon that sensation morning, noon, and night. And I'm going to close it with that. Feast upon the sensation of that which you want to be, morning, noon, and night. Feast upon that sensation of that which you want to be, morning, noon, and night. Don't make mountains out of your problems by focusing on your limitations. Make mountains out of your goals, out of your dreams, and your aspirations by focusing on them. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. My name's Corinne, and I'm a massive manifester. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today, where we are helping millions of people around the world live their best life through waking up the power of their mind and directing it to where you want to be. So please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, or leave us a comment below. Thank you guys.